Alright guys, good to be back, and in today's video we're going to be doing a simple flyer design on Photoshop for perfume sales. Please do to like and subscribe. I'm ready where you are, so let's get into the action proper. So first off, we're going to be creating our file, and I'm going to be going with 3000 by 3000. Okay, right. So next, what we want to do is add a background, but before that, make sure to unlock the path lock and then we draw a rectangle creating our background. And as always, I'm going to add a gradient overlay just to give it that elegant feel. So here we have it in our blend option mode. I already have this created already. Like, this is a list of the ones I've done and saved. You can also do yours, click on new and just save. So let's change that. This is the color. If you want to change, pick any color of your choice. So without any further ado, I'm just going to click on OK. So yeah, now we have our background color. So the next, what we want to do is go pick our perfume image, and this is already saved as a PNG image, so I'm just going to move it over down to our background. So next I'm going to make a selection using Ctrl T to increase the size of our perfume bottle. So as you can see, I've increased the size. You click on the check mark to save your selection. So now we are going to create another border, and this is where we're going to have our information such as our email and all of that. So I'm just going to pick a color, so make it white, and I'm going to bring this perfume on top of the rectangle already created. So now let's cancel that. Yes, now I'm just going to scroll down to my files and pick another set of perfume bottles. This is also a PNG image, so I'm just going to drag it over and drop it on our background. There you have it. So now I'm going to select it in Ctrl T, increase the size and click on the check mark. Yeah, now that we have our perfume bottle here, so what we're going to just do basically is make some adjustments, make sure the bottles are properly placed, because we're still going to have text and other elements in our flyer design, so we want to try and adjust it and make sure the placement are alright. So now next we are drawing a rectangle, and this is where the service is being offered, like the things that are being sold. This is where we're going to place them. So I'm just going to change the color, so I'm going to give it something, but before that, like, let's curve the edges. So I'm just going to curve the edges a bit. Like, you can pick any number of your choice, just depending on what you want. So now as you can see, all the edges are curved. So right now I'm going to go to my gradient overlay, and I'm going to pick a color. I already created this one. I already explained that process, so I'm just going to pick this because it actually goes over the background color. So I'm going to click on OK. Okay, so now our rectangle has successfully been created, so I'm just going to zoom out and make some adjustments. So I'm going to bring this rectangle under those bottles of perfumes, yeah, just like that. So now I'm going to add text. So first we're starting with the name of the brand, which is Scents by Uwa. So I'm just going to type that real quick. Like, you can put whatever you want in yours while you follow this video. So now I'm just going to input the brand name, which is Scents by Uwa, and let's increase the weight of the font. I'm really not feeling this font, so I'm just going to make a selection and check for other fonts. So yeah, I have a list of fonts that I can pick from, and since we're working with a perfume brand, we're trying to pick a font that showcases the elegance and adds more life, more vibe to the flyer design. Yeah, I actually don't like this either, so I'm just going to make a selection and select the font, the text rather, and just want to pick a new font. So yeah, I have a list of fonts to pick from, so I'm just going to check them out and see which one actually fits the style of our flyer design. Okay, I think this actually works. Yeah, so let's go with this. So still following the color, I'm just going to add a gradient overlay, the same as the box we had. Yeah, so I'm just going to click on OK, and yeah, there you have it. So I'm going to adjust this a bit and make sure it's properly aligned with our rectangle as well. So now I'm just going to drag this box down a bit because I'm still going to have a couple of text in between the brand name and the box. So now I'm just going to impute a tagline. I'm going to change this back to Montserrat. Yeah, so I'm just going to reduce the size of the text a bit. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So now I'm going to impute the text which says experience the magic in every fragrance. So like, don't forget to like, share this video, subscribe, and turn on notification for more. So I'm just going to input that text, and if you have any suggestions on what you want our next video to be about, like, you can simply put that in the comment section. I promise I'm going to go through it. So now I'm just going to increase the size, and the space in between the text is actually too much, so we're going to head down to properties and we are going to reduce that to 14. That's too close, so let's leave that 18. Let's increase it bit, 24. Okay, this makes sense. So I'm just going to drag that down and make sure it's probably aligned well. Yeah, so now I'm just going to make a selection and increase the weight of the font. Right there, as you can see, it's a lot more bold than it was. I'm just going to adjust it and make sure it's still aligned. Yeah, just like that. And so the next we are going to do is we are going to be adding what we actually sell, like what does Sense by Wa offer. So we're going to be creating a header that says what we sell, which will lead us down to the list of items being sold. So yeah, I'm going to make a selection and increase the size. Yeah, that makes sense that way. So now what we're going to do next is put it inside a box. I'm going to measure the box and change the color to white, and I'm going to bring the text on top of the box, because even if you change the color without doing that, it still won't be visible. So yeah, now we have our text inside a white border. So now I'm going to select both holding shift, drag, make sure it's aligned, and then reduce the size a bit, and you can use your arrow key to give it a notch up top. Yeah, so I'm really not satisfied with the structure of the text, so I'm just going to have to break it down. So you can click enter and backspace to bring this back up, and your space bar. So I think I like it better this way, so I'm just going to increase the size a bit. Yeah, so I'm just going to increase the size, click on my check mark, and then I'm going to adjust this and bring it down a bit, making sure it's still aligned. But I feel now, if you can see, it's big and it's bold, So now that the size is increased, I feel like we need to reduce the weight of the text a bit. So we'll go to our properties and reduce the weight of the font, maybe medium. Alright, I think it's better this way now. So now I'm going to create a rectangle, more like a stroke, just to demarcate. Yeah, just like that. I'm going to drag this down a bit, making sure it's still aligned. Yeah, just like that. If you can see, from my text down to my rectangle are all on a straight line. That's what alignment actually means. So now I'm going to change the font color to white, and I'm going to impute the products being sold by this brand. Yeah, so now I'm going to be adding a list of items such as perfumes, roll-ons, body spray, air freshener. The list is endless, but we're just going to be working with a few, and I don't know how it's possible that you followed this video up to this point and you still haven't liked, you still haven't subscribed. Like, if you haven't done that, you should probably do that right now. We do this every week. Videos, we drop 2 weekly and short 3 times a week. Like, do well, turn on post notification to stay updated every time a video drops. Okay, so now that that's done, so the next we're going to be doing, we're going to be increasing this size. Going to increase this size and add a couple of bullets indicating the numbers of items. So now I'm going to increase the size, and this is actually bold. So we're not going to take it to the end because we're still adding bullets. So our bullet is going to occupy that position. So I'm just going to reduce the weight of the font. You don't want a list of items to be bolder than your actual header. So now we're just going to reduce the size a bit. Yeah, I think it's okay that way. So now we are going to be adding bullets, but let's adjust this a bit first. Okay, now that that's set to do, we're going to be adding our bullets by creating little eclipse or circles, whichever one you call it. So I'm going to hold shift while we drag just to create a straight eclipse. So I feel like this is big, so I'm just going to create another one. You don't want the eclipse getting more attention than the actual products themselves. So I'm just going to do the same routine. Hold your shift and drag, but make sure it's not too big. Okay, this is better, so I'm just going to drag this over here, and you can create a duplicate by holding Alt and dragging, or you use Ctrl J, and make sure it's properly aligned as well. So I'm just going to do the same for every other product on the list. So hold your Alt and drag, Alt again and drag. Right there you have it. So now we have successfully created a list of products being sold by this brand. So next, now I feel like we need to have a full view of what we've done so far and how far the progress we've made and what our flower is looking like and what we need to add next. So now I'm thinking, and we actually need to add a rectangle, and this is going to contain a phone number. So we're going to change the color, add a gradient overlay, maintaining the same dark wine color. Yeah, so I'm just gonna click on OK. Yeah, so now we've successfully added that, so I'm going to zoom in a bit so I can adjust this border and make sure it's properly aligned in the middle. So I'm just going to adjust this. Okay, and yeah, now I finally have it at the middle where we want it to be. So now I'm just going to zoom out so we can have a view of what it looks like. And as you can see, we are slowly arriving at the destination. So now I feel like So yeah, I feel like now we need to head back and select the list of icons that we'll be needing. So we'll be needing our WhatsApp icon as well as our phone call icon, just for contacts and more info. So now I'm going to head over here. There you have our WhatsApps. I'm going to select it holding shift, going to scroll down. So I'm just going to create both. Yeah, so now I'm going to move this down to our artboard where we're currently working on, and I'm going to select it using Ctrl T and reduce the size until it fits inside our box. Yes, I'm still going to reduce this a bit. I'm going to reduce the size a bit, and I'm going to click on the check mark and zoom in so we can see bold and clearly. So I'm going to drag this inside our box, but if you notice it's not visible because it's dark, so I'm going to create a solid color and make it white, then create a clipping mask. So now we have successfully changed the color to white. So I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to head back to go get our phone call icon. So I'm just going to scroll down. It should be somewhere around, okay, there it is. So I'm going to click. So unlike the WhatsApp icon, this is actually not a PNG, so I'm going to be removing the background. I'm going to doing that by using the magic wand tool. So I'm just going to click and okay, before then we have to unlock it, and I'll click on press delete, click delete, click delete. So I press Ctrl D to remove the selections, and I go back and I pick it and then I drag down to the main place where we're currently working on. And as you can see as well, this is not visible, so I'm just going to reduce the size a bit and repeat the same action I did for the WhatsApp icon, which is changing the color to white to make it more visible. So now I'm just going to adjust that a bit, go click on solid color white, okay, and create a clipping mask. There you have it. But as you can see, the WhatsApp icon is a bit bigger, so I'm going to select the call icon and I'm going to increase the size a bit. Okay, that actually matches the WhatsApp icon, so I'm going to click my check mark. So now there you have both of them standing right there. So I'm going to add the phone number now. I'm going to input the phone number for the brand. If you've come this far, please do well to like, do well to share this video, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on post notification for more videos. We do this every week. Yeah, so now that our text has been imputed, I'm just going to increase the size, select it using Ctrl T. Okay, I'm going to reduce it a bit and make sure it's properly aligned as well. Yeah, there you go. So now I'm going to zoom out and add our contact. This is going to be our label, and this is going to be for more info, contact. So this is like telling you if you want more information on more products, because we did not include every product on the list. So like if you want more information, like you can just call or text on WhatsApp. So that's what this is for, just like a direction for customers to follow. So now that we've invited that, so now that we're done adding our CTA, we're going to go back to we sell. So we're going to make it in capital letter just to differentiate it from the other text. So I'm going to reduce the size a bit. So we're going to make a selection using Ctrl T, increase the size of the box. So now there you have it. Alright, so now that's done successfully, let us have a view of what we've done so far. As you can see, our flyer is looking sharp as ever, but I feel like we are still lacking something. Okay, let's add a stamp seal. Let's just go over to our files to pick a stamp seal. I've got red and I've got gold, but let's try our gold first. Let's see what it looks like. So there we have our gold stamp seal. So we're going to move it over here. Inside this gold stamp seal, we're going to have our CTA. As you already know, CTA stands for call to action, and we are going to be adding order now. That's a call to action. You're telling the customers order now, so that's what is known as a CTA. So I'm just going to look forward to paste this seal. Let me reduce this size to a bit. Okay, that's okay. So now I'm going to input our text which says order now. That's our CTA. We're trying to like communicate to the audience like they've seen the brand, they've seen the type of costume, type of perfumes rather available. So now we are telling them to go order now, not forgetting that we already gave them a phone number to either call or text. Like, design is more than just aesthetics. Like, we are literally communicating to our target audience. So now I'm just going to increase the size of this. So yeah, now that we have our CTA imputed, I'm just going to zoom out so we can have a clear view of what it looks like. So I'm just going to do that using control and minus. So now there you have it. But if you look clearly, you see that that order now doesn't really quite show, because the gold is taking a lot of the attention away from the text. So I feel like we'd rather just go with our red seal. So now I'm just going to cancel that and go find the red seal. Yeah, walk with me, let's go then. So there you have our red seal. I'm just going to bring this here and take it down to our current workspace. Let me drop it here first so I can make a couple of cancellation and create space. Alright, now so I'm just going to drop this here and there. I've not even reduced the size, and order now is already bold. So like, this red stamp here really works magic. So I'm just going to reduce the size a bit. So yeah, now that our red seal has been added, I'm just going to zoom out so we can see what it looks like. So as you can see, order now is standing and it's bold and it's eye-catching. Although I feel like there's still some adjustments that needs to be made. But before we get into that, like, if you've come this far, please do also subscribe, do also like, share this video, turn on post notification for more updates. So now I'm going to make a selection using Ctrl T, and I'm going to reduce the size of our box a bit. But if you check, I feel like there's too much white space looking around that end. So I'm just going to reduce. I'm going to undo using Ctrl Z, and I'm going to cancel this. So I'm going to go back to my files, and I'm going to bring more perfume bottles. I'm going to select these are already PNG images, so I'm just going to drag them and drop them right here. So I'm going to reduce, I'm going to adjust a bit. So there you have it. As you can see now, we have successfully eliminated the white space. Yeah, this makes sense more than it was before. So there you have it. I'm just going to zoom out so we can have a clear picture of what we've done so far. So as you can see, we have successfully created our flyer design. Nice fonts, nice images being used, alignment on point, everything is great, color balance, color choice, font choices, everything all good. So we have successfully created a simple flyer design for a perfume sales. For perfume sales rather, using Photoshop. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit just to see if there are any correction that needs to be made. Well, in the absence of none, okay, let's see then. I feel like we need to adjust this a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to take that up a bit. So yeah, like, there you have it. Like, if you've come this far, I hope you found this video helpful. Please do also like, subscribe, share this video to your friends, your family members. Like, we do this every week, and I appreciate you all who have watched this video up to this point. Peace. Love you guys.